Chapter 2. Runway. Runway is the number of months you can keep your promises if income slows. It is the space where you can think. It is the difference between building with care and building with fear. When your runway is clear, you make better choices. When your runway is a mystery, every small problem feels like a fire. There are two kinds of runway. There is a personal runway for your household. There is a business runway for your venture. Both matter. The household keeps the founder calm. The business keeps the team calm. We will design both. We will also write a short shock plan for dry months, decide minimum balances, and set automatic rebuild rules. By the end of this chapter, you will know how long you can glide and where the next safe landing sits. The math is simple. Personal runway equals cash on hand divided by monthly essential living costs. Business runway equals business cash on hand divided by monthly base costs. The hard part is the word essential. The solution is a clean definition that respects your dignity and your health. Essentials keep you safe, fed, warm, connected, and able to work. Everything else is optional for the duration of a dry spell. You can add comfort back later. Begin with your household. List rent or mortgage, basic utilities, modest groceries, necessary transport, basic phone and internet, health costs, and any obligation you cannot pause without harm. Add a small line for care and kindness, even in a lean month. Your nervous system needs a little beauty. Write the total. That number is your essential monthly cost. Now count your liquid cash. Include checking, savings, and any simple reserves you can reach within a few days. Do not count retirement accounts or long-term investments you would rather not touch. Divide cash by essentials. The result is your personal runway in months. If it is 2, you can glide 2 months. If it is 6, you can glide 6. No judgment. Only truth. Now do the same for the business. List salaries you must pay, including your own modest pay if the business is already covering it. List rent, core software, insurance, basic supplies, and any contract you must honor. These are base costs. Add them. That is your monthly nut. Count your liquid business cash. Divide by base costs. That is your business runway. Write both numbers on a sticky note. Put the note inside your notebook. You do not need a dashboard to begin. You need the two numbers in your head. The next step is design. We will design the base so it can flex. We will reduce the weight of fixed costs. We will convert what we can to truly variable costs that scale with sales. We will shorten the time between delivery and payment, because shorter time to cash is the same as longer runway. Then we will write the shock plan that tells you exactly what to do when revenue dips. Look at each fixed cost and ask one question. Can this be smaller, slower, or optional for a quarter? A large office can become a smaller room. A long contract can become month to month after a polite call. An annual software plan can become a monthly plan for a while. A big tool with many seats can become a smaller tool with fewer seats. Most vendors will work with you if you are clear and kind. They want a durable customer more than a brief victory. Here is a short script you can use. We value your service. We are tightening our base costs for the next 2 quarters so we can keep paying on time. What month-to-month option do you have, and how can we make this easier for both of us? The tone matters. You are not pleading. You are managing. Make the conversation simple. Offer to set up automated payment on the new plan. Vendors appreciate certainty. Now convert what you can to variable costs. Do you print materials before orders arrive? Try small runs on demand. Do you pay flat retainers to contractors? Offer a per unit or per deliverable rate for a few months. Are you buying inventory to guess the future? Offer pre-order, deposits, or pay to hold tokens for limited items. Each move takes a small risk out of the base and places it back into the transaction where it belongs. Shortening time to cash is runway magic. Every day you pull forward is a day you do not need to fund with savings. If you deliver service, take a deposit before you begin and a clean payment on delivery. If you sell standard items, use instant checkout. If you invoice, do it the day work is complete, not on Friday when you are tired. If a large client insists on slow payment, structure the work into smaller phases with smaller invoices. It is easier to collect 3 quick payments of 1,000 than 1 slow payment of 3,000. Write a 1-page shock plan for 3 months and 6 months. The 3-month plan assumes a sudden dip in orders. The 6-month plan assumes a slow season or a macro event. Begin with a simple ladder. At the top are actions that cost nothing and hurt nothing. At the bottom are actions that cut deep. You will walk the ladder in order. The first rung is to cut leaks. Cancel unused software. Pause vanity projects. Switch annual tools to monthly plans. Freeze discretionary travel. The second rung is to slow the pace of cash leaving. Move to weekly payouts for contractors instead of daily. Negotiate a new due date on non-critical bills. The third rung is to pull cash forward ethically. Offer annual prepay with a clear bonus for your software. Sell a maintenance plan for the website you built. Issue gift cards or preload credits for the canvas stand. The fourth rung is to shrink or swap, not slash. Move to a smaller storage unit. Swap a pricey tool for a good one that is cheaper. The fifth rung, only if needed, is to sell an asset you can replace later. A camera lens that sits in a drawer. A specialty printer that you rent twice a year. The last rung is to cut scope or hours with kindness and clarity. It is the last rung for a reason. Attach numbers to the plan. How much does each step save per month? How much does each step pull forward? Add the totals for the 3-month scenario. Repeat for 6 months. Now, when a lean month arrives, you do not stare at the ceiling. You open the page and walk the ladder. Decide minimum balances. Pick a number for your personal account that lets you sleep. Pick a number for your business account that covers at least 1 month of base costs. Write these numbers into your bank app as alerts if your bank allows it. Create an automatic rebuild rule. When cash rises above the minimum, allow normal transfers. When cash drops below, pause non-essential transfers and rebuild the buffer first. This is not drama. It is maintenance. Add one more rule. Capture half of any positive surprise while the surprise is fresh. A large order arrives. A contract pays early. A tax refund shows up. Move half to Runway the same day. The other half can fuel growth or a small, planned joy. This single habit turns luck into structure. Let us apply this to our 3 stories. The canvas stand runs in a tourist street. The owner counts cash at close. Personal Runway covers 2 months of modest life. Business Runway covers 1 month of base costs. To design more space, the owner negotiates a month-to-month rate with the landlord during the slow season. A polite call and a signed autopay agreement make it happen. He buys canvas weekly, not monthly. He adds a small gift card option for locals who want to bring friends later. When rain keeps tourists away, gift cards still move a little cash. The 3-month shock plan says to cut 1 shift, reduce sizes kept on hand, and run a locals bring a friend weekend with pre-order slots. The 6-month plan says to take a table at 2 markets and test a mobile stand. None of this is fancy. All of this is oxygen. The 1-page website studio has 1 full-time owner and 2 part-time contractors. Personal Runway is 4 months. Business Runway is 2 months. The owner tightens base costs by switching 3 tools to lower tiers and cancelling an unused design library. He shrinks office space and moves most collaboration to video calls. He adds a 5-hour care plan that covers updates, backups, and minor tweaks for a small monthly fee. 10 clients accept the plan. The recurring cash widens Runway by another month without new marketing. His shock plan says deposits increase to 60% for new work and scopes are split into phases so cash returns every few days, not at the end of a long project. He writes a script for clients. This change keeps our service fast and healthy. It means we book your work and pay our helpers on time. Thank you for supporting a small studio that serves you well. The tiny clinic booking tool lives and dies on retention. The founder looks at churn first, because each customer who stays is Runway you do not have to buy again. She records 3 short help videos and a new onboarding checklist that shows clinic staff how to set hours, link a payment method, and embed a button on social pages. Support emails drop by half. Churn drops by a third. She offers annual prepay with 2 months free. A quarter of clinics switch. Cash jumps now. The founder does not spend it. She builds a year of runway for the service itself. Hosting is paid. Support is covered. That safety lets her build calm features instead of frantic ones. Runway also lives in your body. The mind tells stories when numbers are vague. HALT is a simple tool. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. If you are any of these, you do not make a money decision today. You drink water. You take a short walk. You sleep. You decide tomorrow. The rule protects the engine from the mood of the day. Create a green, amber, red scale for your runway. Green means you have at least 6 months and can invest in growth with care. Amber means you have 3 to 6 months and should run the plan with caution. Red means you have fewer than 3 months and should walk the ladder now. Place the colors next to the numbers on your note. When you see amber, you do not panic. You do the next step you already wrote. Write a small calendar that resets you each week. Choose one time to review cash, one time to follow up on invoices, and one time to make vendor calls if needed. Put a 15-minute Sunday cash minute where you and your partner, if you have one, check the 2 runway numbers together. Speak the numbers out loud. Speaking them reduces the fog. If you are solo, send a 1-line email to yourself and archive it. The streak will calm you. Here are a few more moves that lengthen runway without pain. Offer a modest early bird price for people who book ahead of a holiday rush. Sell a paid sample that doubles as a deposit. Create a basic subscription for maintenance, refills, or small extras your customers buy anyway. Tighten your return policy with clearer promises, which reduces refund risk. Batch deliveries to suppliers so you pay once per week, not every day. Each move is small. Together they matter. Sometimes you must speak to a landlord, a supplier, or a lender about terms. Keep it brief and respectful. We are adjusting our base for the next 2 quarters to stay healthy. I would like to move to a smaller unit and continue as a long-term tenant. Or, our payment date is 7 days before our clients pay us. Could we shift our due date to the 15th so we can set an auto-pay that never fails? Practice the sentence once. Then call. Clear words and calm tone are your allies. Now return to the 2 numbers you wrote at the start. Are they honest? If your essential list grew while you were reading, adjust it. If your cash count was a guess, log into the bank and check it. If you do not like the numbers, do not add drama. Add a plan. Choose one base cost to shrink. Choose one variable conversion. Choose one cash forward option that keeps your promises. Set minimum balances and the rebuild rule. Write the first line of your 3-month shock plan. Then go for a short walk. You are building room to breathe. Before this chapter ends, consider a gentle truth. Many founders do not lack courage. They lack space. Space is created when your base is light, your cash path is short, and your next move is small and written. Space is created when you are not starving, when you are not ashamed, and when you are not alone with your numbers. You have already started. You wrote the 2 numbers. That act alone separates you from most people who dream of a venture but never look. In the next chapter, we will leave the runway and enter the market. We will find problems that people pay to solve. We will ask better questions, listen for budget, and learn to say the promise in one quiet line. For now, save your canvas, place the runway note where you can see it, and rest your eyes. A calm engine needs a calm pilot.